Yes, hello guys. Hope you're doing fine today. Today I'm going to talk about the challenges faced by the new immigrants when they immigrate to the US. Somebody asked me, what are the challenges which the new immigrants are likely to face when they come to the US? I'll try to mix Swahili with English for the sake of the mixed audience. First and foremost, I'm a DV 2023 Diversity Visa Lottery winner, and that's how I immigrated to the US. So essentially, I'm talking out of my own experience as well as the experiences of others I've interacted with. And in a way, I'm preparing you for success. I'm setting you up for success, especially if you are thinking of coming to the US as a new immigrant. Remember, coming from your home country to a new culture, coming from your comfort zone to a new place is a challenge in itself. So I'll try to list the common challenges faced by the new immigrants so that you may prepare yourself mentally. Remember, if you prepare yourself mentally, you are likely to succeed here in the US. The first challenge being loneliness. Social life in the US is way poor. People are working day in, day out. People are workaholic. People do work day in because of the cost of living. Every dollar is accounted for, so people will have to work and work. There is no time for mambo ya chama. There is no time of idle talk. And this can lead to mental depression. So if you are a single person coming to the US and you don't have maybe family to talk to, maybe support system, maybe you don't have friends to talk to, it can be a challenge. So prepare yourself mentally. I know for somebody when you're on a family, that's a bit better because you have your wife or you have your husband, you have your children here. That's even better. That's a bit better in terms of combating loneliness. Na nilikuwa nimesema ya kwamba loneliness can lead to mental depression. And then related with loneliness ni mambo ya njaa. Naturally, as a person, you have your own desires. For example, sexual desires. So you have to learn how to control your sexual urges or mambo ya mwili. Because this place can be a challenge. You can't just talk to somebody anyhowly or no. They may say you are trying to harass somebody sexually. So you have to be careful. So, but one way of combating this, let's say if you are from Kenya, try to go to, ukisikia kuna mahali kuna Kenyan churches somewhere, go to church, interact with the Kenyans. Whenever there is an event for Kenyans, or even if you are not from Kenya, whenever there is an event from your home country, try to go to those places. Talk with people. Who knows, maybe you may find a friend. Yeah? Apa kupata hata mchumba. To get a boyfriend or a girlfriend here, if you're a single person, is a challenge. It's not something that can be underestimated. I've talked with several people, and those who are single, at least you can feel that they lack something. Yes, they need partners. Yes, they need partners. So and then again, even if they want to establish relationship with people, they have to go to work, so they don't have time to interact with people. So that's a challenge, loneliness. And that's why I always encourage people, whenever you are playing Diversity Visa Lottery, if you are married, make sure you include your family members. Make sure you come with your family members. That way it would be even better because you have family support system. Nonetheless, if you are a single person, you are a single person. You need to learn how to control yourself. You need to learn self-control in terms of bodily urges. Because again, you may end up befriending somebody, the wrong person, and you will enter into trouble. And here, if you are a man, ukicheza cheza kidogo, umweke a lady mimba, child support until that child mwenye anasaliwa is 18 years. So it's a challenge for men as well as ladies. So you have to control your learn to control your body urges. Self-control is key thing. And na nimesema one of the ways of combating loneliness is to interact with your community, home country community, maybe through church or events. Whenever they have events, you can ask for leave, go there, interact with those people. Who knows, you may find a friend or somebody. Otherwise, mambo ya njaa hapa iko very high. Mambo ya njaa. And okay, related with this now, let's say you are a single person. Na uko Kenya uliwacha your boyfriend or girlfriend. It may not be easy to bring that person. Okay, it's easy, it's possible, but it may take time. It may take time. So, na hapa kuna the idea of kuoana sababu ya makaratasi. That's common here in the US. People do marry for the sake of papers. So sometimes kuna watu wameangukia the right person through that way, because munaweza discuss na mtu usema okay, wewe unataka papers, mimi nakutaka. Yeah? That way kuna watu wameoana na ikawa successful. But unfortunately also, most of the time, it has not ended well. It has not ended well for some people. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge that people need to know. Yes. Hiyo ni loneliness. Number 2. Yes. Number 2 is accent, the communication. Okay, when you come to the US, I know you assume that you already know English, how to speak English, but that's not the same. We have a different dialect here. We have different accent here. We talk differently. Yes, we talk differently. Si kama wengine. So you will need to adapt to the accent of this place, so that your communication may be clear. You may be understood. That's why unasikia mtu akikuja hapa US, mtu anasema water instead of water. Mambo ya water hapa hakuna. So accent is also an issue, is a challenge. And initially, you may feel ashamed, but with time you will cope with it. So it's a challenge which has a solution. The same case with the first one, loneliness. There are always some ways of combating loneliness, interacting with people. Like for example, over the weekends, huwa tunaongea na Wakenya. Mtu ananipigia simu anywhere, nampigia anytime, wako free, you talk. You just call somebody, you talk Kenyans, na unamaliza stress yako. Or for some of us, when you tuko YouTubers, YouTube is a therapy. You talk with the people. That way, inasaidia mambo ya loneliness. Okay, number 3, new ways of doing things. Yes, maybe in your home country, you are used to a certain way of doing things. And majorly in most African countries, everything is corruption. Here, you don't get that. Everything here is smooth, and you have to do them on your own. And most of the things about maybe applications are online. So you can't just visit an office without booking an appointment. No, you have to book an appointment. Maybe you call them, maybe through phone, or you do online booking, and then you go for that appointment, which is different from where we are coming from. So new ways of doing things here can be a challenge. So you have to get used to the system here, learn the system slowly by slowly, and don't be discouraged initially. But with time, I know you will get to know the system. And then also there is the issue of the food. We are used to different different types of food back home. When you come to the US, you have to, it's a learning curve. You are learning different tastes, different types of food, and with time, you will get used to it. But it's a challenge when you are a new immigrant, because your taste buds will be tested to the limit. So be prepared for this mentally. And then also, you'll also realize that whatever we are eating, kama ni Kenya, hakuna vyakula hapo tunakula. Hapa kuna difference, kuna vyakula tofauti. Kama ni breakfast so heavy, paka unashanga. Kama, yani food hapa si issue. Because when I compare the food yenye tulikuwa tunakula kwa Kenya na yenye tunakula, hapa ni variety. In Africa, breakfast mtu anakunywa tu ati chai na mkate. Hiyo ni nini hapa? No. That's not the way food is taken here. Food is very important. Na watu wanapenda food hapa US. So you will get used to that also. Yes. Hata unaweza sahau mambo ya machani chai. Yeah. And then also there is the need to prove yourself. Because you are a new immigrant in the US, even though you have a degree in something, always they will want to see that you have the skill for that job you are doing. So you will need to prove yourself most of the time. So don't be discouraged with this, because remember, they doubt, these people here, they doubt our education system, and which is fair, because education systems back in Africa or in developing countries are not yet developed, and even some are questionable. So they will always doubt the skills we got from college or school. So don't be discouraged if you go somewhere and work, and then people doubt you if you have that intellectual capacity to do some work. They will also always do that. Okay, finally, sitamaliza yote. Finally, which is very important and controversial. Mambo ya upaguzi wa rangi. Racism will always be there. It may be indirect. Yes, even for those institutions which are advanced, progressive, you won't fail to see indirect discrimination or racism based on prejudice. Utasikia ukiulizwa maswali kama, hey, mnakula nini huko Africa? What do you eat in Africa? Which types of food? In a way, you will think that people are asking you innocently, but they are asking you because they already know, because they have the perception, they have the prejudice against you. They've listened to the mainstream media here, which is biased against people in Africa or developing countries. So they have a formed mental picture about who you are. And most of the time they will be biased until they learn you. So you will need to prove yourself so many times. Yes, so many times you need to prove yourself. So racism, when you come to the US as a new immigrant, don't be discouraged if you feel some discriminations. But with the time, you will get used to the system and it will be okay with you. Yes. And then also with the time, they will respect you. Understood? So those are the main challenges I can tell you for today. There are so many others. But if you are somebody mwenye anajituma, if you are somebody who is aggressive, who has initiative, nothing is hard here in the US. Nothing is hard. And most importantly, if you are a Christian with principles, you are likely to succeed here. But if you are a loose cannon who can easily adopt anything, even trash, you will get lost. Hata kama mwenye anapenda pombe hapa, kama ulikuwa unapenda pombe Kenya, hapa US, ukuje upende pombe, utapotea. So, I'm preparing you for success. take note of this so that when you come to the US, you'll have developed strategies of how to deal with these problems. Thank you so much. Kama kuna kitu nimeweza kusahau, put it on the comment section so that niweze kuongea next time. So maybe to summarize, loneliness, mambo ya new ways of doing things, food, the need to prove yourself, and then also indirect discrimination, and then also finally yenye ina relate na hapo nyumbani, black tax. People at home will think that you have a lot of money, so they will be entitled kukuuliza pesa. They'll be asking you money each and every day. Don't be discouraged. That's a challenge. But you don't need to stress yourself or to be giving out money, especially the first 1 to 3 years. You are still developing yourself. So people at home need to learn that upper US, money is not being plucked on trees. Yes. It's not the idea of plucking money from trees. No. Here we work and work. And a new immigrant will not be stable until at least 3 years or 2 years. So stop the idea of troubling new immigrants wenye wamekuja hapa US. Hiyo inaitwa black tax. Si mbaya kusaidia, but don't overdo it. So hiyo ni hayo kwa leo. God bless you so much.